The next kind of family of processes that we're going to discuss are the Elasticsearch, the cache server, and what we call the search and browse. Search and browse is sometimes referred to as SOLR, because that's the Apache product on which it's based. So you probably don't need to know too much about these functionalities because they're very much kind of in the weeds of Tableau Server, and you won't tend to interact with them too much. So Elasticsearch is the functionality that actually indexes data for its use by Ask Data. So when you're going to Ask Data and you're inputting a natural language query and saying, okay, I want to know the sum of sales by country, it's actually using the data that's been indexed by the Elasticsearch server in order to provide that. Now, the cache server it's actually very important. This is used in multiple functionalities within Tableau Server. So effectively, it's a cache which is designed to speed the user experience. So if I open a dashboard using the VisQL server, and that will load some information, perhaps it loads it from a live data source, or perhaps it's loading it from a Tableau extract. That data set which has been loaded is going to be put into the cache server. So then if I open the dashboard again, I'm actually going to see a view of that dashboard from the cache. This can really help speed up the user experience because we're not actually having to query the data source each time. We're actually just getting a result from the cache. Now it's possible to configure this cache, so we can change the amount of time that the data is held within the cache. So perhaps your use case might be that you run a manufacturing operation and you actually don't want to do this kind of caching, and you always want to have up to the second data with nothing from the cache. You might choose to disable caching. Obviously, that's going to have an impact on performance because you're going to be querying the data more frequently, and it's going to be slower for your users to load. Perhaps on the other hand, you know that your data is only going to be updated once every day, and you don't have any issues with your users being served data from a cache. In that case, it would be good to perhaps have longer cache times so that you're not querying the data as often. And finally, the search and browse feature. This is the tool that's used for managing the search and filtering of content data on Tableau Server. So if we look at the Tableau Server application server view, we've actually started to type in a search here. So I've said, okay, I want to search for global, and it's going to show me all the dashboards that actually match that global search term, and that data itself is managed within the search and browse function.